Hi folks, Pete Yetton here, Managing Director of Remarkable Law Consultancy Limited, higher education strategist and operational backbone of the sector and the agent market. Another vlog here, one of two for this week. It's the 2nd of December. I'm just back from Pakistan, having been to now India also and in the UAE. And I just wish to touch on 2 points. One is safe growth strategy. I know there's been other vlogs on this, but I need to reiterate this. There's another university that's come out of a high-risk recruitment country. And I understand why. And I understand why potentially they're closing down courses, these institutions, until September cohort to get through January. But if we have got to that stage and something has gone wrong with our network, our agent network, we have probably an over-reliance on an aggregator model, which is a massive network of sub-agents that we've not been able to manage. And certainly your main agent isn't able to manage, even though the onboarding process from the aggregators that I've met in terms of their due diligence to taking on agents is really robust. I'm pretty impressed with the levels of credibility and ethics and integrity within their businesses. I really was impressed in both India and Pakistan with the level of knowledge from the agent network that we met. But the challenges are understood and they are vocalized to me of the challenge of maintaining that level across quite a large network. So I think the first thing is to acknowledge the fact that we need to get the sub-agent market out of the dark. We need to have that list up front. For every sponsor should be requesting the sub-agent list, especially now because the main agent is listed on the CAS, which is important because if something goes wrong with that cycle, either a visa refusal, non-enrollment or non-completion, what a sponsor can't do is knee-jerk and think it's their main contracting agent that's a problem. And even it might not be the sub-agent actual office that's the problem. It could be a counselor that just happens to have done something wrong or slipped up. So we need to have the opportunity to have a depth of a piece of analysis that gets done across the agent network, so we're not just cancelling contracts and getting in this paranoid mindset of visa refusals and losing our the sponsor license from a university's point of view. What became very clear in both countries, in India and in Pakistan, when we touched on subjects which are hot topic at the moment, is the increase in asylum applications. What became very clear in a lot of conversations that we had is that there is known knowledge, known information that some of the asylum cases are being led or rather introduced to that student's head by family members or rogue legal operatives, let's say, representatives within the UK. So these are people that could have been lawyers in their home country. They've gone to the UK. They might have residency or jobs, and they're setting up consultancy, and they're effectively then charging the student and the family for really poor advice. So I gave them the harsh realities of what asylum actually means, what it looks like on a month-to-month basis, what happens to the student, what happens to their accommodation, where they get moved at any time around the UK. They lose connection with their lawyer. They lose connection with their university. And certainly, I helped a law firm last year trying to bridge that gap between the closer work with universities and what was required from a legal context, because it's equally as important for the sponsor to understand if they have got asylum seekers, then we've changed immigration category, that we are sure that they are credible because they're still studying, and the credibility comes from their connection with their lawyer. Are they still getting represented? Are they still in the process? Equally, the lawyer needs a connection with the university because they need to know that their student's credibility is relying in part with them continuing to be a student, because it shows that they're coming in on a bona fide route. They weren't intending on claiming asylum and something's happened. The success rate of asylum applications in Pakistan and India is incredibly low, from my experience, especially attached to a student, unless there's really strong evidence based. So that's the first thing to really think about, is the asylum piece. I'm certainly running a number of webinars via my current clients at the moment, where we're giving them more updates on how to assess for asylum really quite clearly in terms of the robust checks done from the agent network. I'm also running a very detailed session on how to admin review effectively, how to write the draft a letter to help the student lodge their admin review so it actually resonates with the UKVI with a positive outcome. So this is the first vlog of 2 for this week. There's a lot going on. Compliance is a huge feature, so please stay connected. Do subscribe and keep watching the vlogs where you can learn more and share with others. Take care.